Okay. At O'Reilly, we talk a lot about working on stuff that matters, and we really talk to our communities about it a lot. We encourage makers, programmers, everybody to work on stuff that matters. And one of the things that really matters to us is animals, and they are in trouble. So our cover designer now, Karen Montgomery, realized a while back that a lot of our animals are endangered at this point. And it occurred to her that we have all these great, really smart problem-solving people in our communities, and maybe they could help. So we started the O'Reilly Animals Project basically to get people in that community more interested and more engaged in what's going on with the animals, and also to find out what's going on there. So we have found some really interesting projects going on. One of them, well, actually, everything's going to happen in Kenya in this talk. Nairobi National Park is about 7 kilometers from the center of a city of 3 million people. So the animals are very close proximity to the people. And the northern border of the park has a barrier between the animals and the people, but the southern doesn't. So that there are a lot of human-animal contact and conflicts that happen there. One of the problems is elephants. Elephants have really had a resurgence in the last 30 years, so their population has doubled, but their habitat has gotten much smaller because there are many more people. And they wreak havoc on crops and fences. They just ravage the landscape. So a researcher noticed that elephants stay away from acacia trees that have bees, and figured out that elephants indeed are afraid of bees, even the sound of bees. They won't go near them. So this researcher came up with the idea of creating fences of beehives to keep the elephants from going into the crops. And they're very simple. It's basically a structure with a beehive and with a thatched roof that keeps the beehive cool. If the beehive gets too hot, the bees leave. They get pissed off and they leave. And since they've tried this for about 3 years, and something like 97% of elephant encroachments have been averted because of this. They set them up around the perimeter of the crop, and they leave space between crops for the elephants to move through, but they don't move into the crops. And they're very simple for the local people to build and maintain. They set up the hives so they're about chest height, so it's easy to harvest the honey, and so the elephants can see them, and also to keep the crazy, nasty-ass honey badger from getting to the honey, which is a really important piece of it. I didn't know, actually, that honey badgers did that, but that's why they're honey badgers. But one of the great outcomes of this is that the farmers can harvest the honey and sell it. And so they're making an extra 15 to 20 bucks every few months on the honey. Their average monthly income is only $20 to $30. Another problem is lions. There are about 40 lions in the park. And at night, they go out and they attack livestock, and then the farmers come back and they kill the lions. So this summer, in one incident, 6 lions were killed, which is a lot. This young gentleman, Richard, he takes care of his family's cattle, and he realized that the lions never attacked at night if somebody was walking around with a flashlight. So he figured out how to mimic that by hooking up some wires and transformer, etc., to the solar-powered battery that runs his family's TV set. And he got old flashlight bulbs and he set them up so it fires in sequence. And since he's done this several years ago, they have not lost any livestock. So now this is something you all can take part in. This is Instant Wild. It's a website and an iPhone app. It's a free iPhone app you can download. And it's from the Zoological Society of London. And basically what it is crowdsourcing, identifying animals that are caught on remote camera traps around the world. They have cameras in various places. Some of the cameras work better than others. They're working on that. But basically what happens is, this is the app. You can choose which cameras you want to follow. I follow all of them. And then you see the sequence of all the photos that have been taken, and then you can select a photo, and there's a slider where you basically categorize the photograph. And that makes it much more efficient for conservationists to identify the animals, and also to spot poachers and to spot rare animals that aren't on their slider. They're going to be deploying 8 new cameras in Kenya for 3 months. There are going to be more than 10 shots a day on that. So it would totally be worth your while to to download the app. I tell you, there's nothing better than waking up in the morning to the sound of your iPhone making a camera noise and birds twittering, and then there's a picture of an elephant on the other side of the globe having a drink. It's incredible.